Resident Evil 2 was a very successful sequel to the first Resident Evil game. Um, it improved on a lot of little technical things in the first Resident Evil on the PlayStation. You got a lot more rooms in per load time, so there seemed like there was less load time when you played it. You could get more zombies on screen at once, so it could get a little more hectic in the gameplay. And it was a good storyline, and overall a great game. Came out in, early 1998, and it's a game I've been wanting to show you guys for a while. But then I said, you know what? Instead of showing them Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation, I should show them Resident Evil 2 on the Nintendo 64. So I went out of my way, found a copy of Resident Evil 2 for the Nintendo 64, and there's a few reasons why this is worth showing. First of all, it's all there. All the voice acting, all the full motion video, all 2 CDs worth of PlayStation Resident Evil 2 is here in this cartridge. Amazing technical feat. I mean, a lot of people were saying it couldn't be done, and well, here it is right here. There's 64 megabytes in here, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I'd say the average N64 game is probably around 8 megabytes. So at 64 megabytes, this is the biggest N64 cartridge ever put out. So anyways, a lot of you probably didn't even realize that this came out for the N64, and there's a good reason for that. This came out in late 1999. So I mean, almost 2 years after the original PlayStation version. I mean, most Resident Evil fans would have obviously already owned a PlayStation because they had to have a PlayStation for Resident Evil 1. Well, for the most part, including the Saturn. So I mean, most Resident Evil fans had already played Resident Evil 2, in early 1998. So I mean, this coming out in late 1999, a lot of people just didn't even notice. Most people wouldn't really have a reason to care. But if you didn't have a PlayStation and you had an N64, this was a must-have game. It's amazing what they crammed onto this cartridge. So here it is. Check it out.
There we go. Turn on the old N64. Now see the expansion pack in the bottom. I forgot to mention this game does support the expansion pack. It does run in high resolution, 640 by 480, higher resolution than the PlayStation version. Another good thing about this version. Here we have a little intro video. Once again, like I said, all the full motion video sequences are on this N64 version. And so here we go. Start a new game. As you can see, you can pick Leon or Claire, whereas on the PlayStation they were different discs. And we can change the violence level. Of course, we'll turn that all the way up. And the blood color, of course, we want that red. And once again, more video. Now, there's a lot of video in this game, so it is of course amazing that they fit it all onto the cartridge version. But you will notice the video quality is not quite as good as the PlayStation's version. They really had to compress this video to fit it all on the 64 meg cartridge. Lots of compression on this video, and it does show in the quality. But once again, it's just amazing that it's all there. I mean, I've even had to cut this out because this opening video alone is like 8 minutes, so...
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure. There's a gun inside.
Better take it with you.
A lot of people are surprised when they see a little 20-second full motion video clip on a cartridge game, and they don't expect to have, this much video off an N64 game. Like I said, a lot of people said it couldn't be done. And here we go to the game. A gorgeous looking game. Of course, you have the pre-rendered backgrounds that they're wonderful looking, aren't they? Like I said, this does run in a higher resolution than the PlayStation version if you have the expansion pack.
I'm a human.
If you played the first Resident Evil, then you basically know how to play this one. It's virtually identical in every way, as far as all the gameplay goes. And I really like these old Resident Evil games with the pre-rendered backgrounds. You know, a lot of people don't like them. They seem to be kind of hit or miss. You either love them or you hate them. And, you know, the unique controls, the way that you have to control your character, you know, it does definitely take some getting used to. But once you get used to it, it's well worth it. You know, if you weren't paying attention and you just kind of took a minute and looked at this game, you know, you'd think, holy crap, this isn't on the Nintendo 64 or even the PlayStation for that matter. You know, those pre-rendered backgrounds went a long way in making the game look, you know, photorealistic on a not so powerful system. I mean, once again, just fitting in all these pre-rendered backgrounds onto the cartridge version, you know, just doing that alone would be impressive. But you know, getting all the video in there, and of course all the cutscenes with the voice, all the voice acting. And here's the police department. This is where you spend most of the game.
Here.
Throw in a little
Take this
cutscene.
key
A little bit of voice
Be able to
acting
unlock
there.
the doors in the hall with this. Now go. But just go.
Once again, lots of zombies on the screen. There we got, what, 6 zombies on the screen? 5 zombies on the screen at once. I'm gonna need my shotgun for this. And another cutscene. These guys here were new to the second game. They're definitely hard enemies, these guys here. They look like Venom. They remind me of Venom from Spider-Man. I mean, so there you have it. I mean, here's Resident Evil 2 in complete form on the N64. They added a few extra things. It runs in a higher resolution, like I said. If you have the expansion pack, it runs in 640 by 480 resolution, which is much higher than the original on the PlayStation. You know, all the cutscenes are there. And like I said, it's really just an amazing technical feat that they got this game on a cartridge, and everyone said it couldn't be done, and it's been done quite well. It is the biggest N64 cartridge ever put out, and if you're a Resident Evil fan and you don't have Resident Evil 2, you should definitely consider picking it up on the N64.